Trees wane heavy with green.
Instead of becoming wrapped up in that fear, I've sort of just looked at that and I'm like, okay, why am I scared of that? Like, what does it mean?
We're starting the vlog. Okay, hold on. Hi guys. I knew that I wanted to film this week. I just didn't know when I wanted to start. And I was here steaming my dress and I was like, you know what, maybe we should start the vlog right now. I am going to California tomorrow. I have been to California, but I haven't been to LA before. So this is the first time. And I'm actually going to Santa Barbara to surprise, I cannot be crouching like this. Hold on, sorry. My camera is on a tripod right now. Let me sit down. Okay, that's a little better. But I am going to surprise my childhood best friend. She has been in my life for what, 12 years? 13. She is graduating college on Saturday and I am surprising her. She doesn't know I'm coming. But yeah, then after that I am making my journey to Los Angeles, not very far from each other. So I am bringing you along with me. It's gonna be a lot of solo time. It's gonna be a lot of contemplation. I need to talk to you guys about how I'm feeling throughout the journey, so let's go together. Come along. Yeah, but right now I am steaming my dress. And I think I'm gonna have to do this for quite a few dresses that I'm packing, and I'm leaving in the morning and I'm like cooking dinner while I'm doing this at the same time. Like I'm roasting potatoes in the oven, the timer is about to go off, but we're getting the steaming in all at once, so. So much for inayah. One more if I give it to you. Adrian. Adrian. Here she comes.
J. Cum laude.
Okay. I'm not gonna open it. They gave me a blank one on accident. So how do you feel, Trivy? How does it feel to be a college graduate?
It feels wonderful. Oh, it feels really good. I feel very excited about it. I also am going to be here for one more summer class,
right,
so I'm kind of packing up my skirt,
but
ready to
you're
run
closing
this
the
race.
chapter.
Exactly. I feel great. Feeling good. Feeling grateful. Yeah, ukulele. We're zooming out.
There's crackers in my hair.
Crackers. Alright, what's the fit? Fill us in.
We have Deborah's jacket.
Oh, is that my mom's?
Yes.
That's really cute.
We have a Uniqlo sweater.
Uniqlo.
My favorite sweater, actually.
Uniqlo.
And then Uniqlo dress as well.
Oh, yeah.
And my Reeboks. At Christmas.
What's the sock?
We got some Adidas sock also from Deborah because I didn't.
These are my mom's too.
Pairs. Yeah.
And that's it.
Here we
Where did you
are.
get your sunglasses?
I borrowed them from St. John's house. I think they might be his sister.
What are you wearing?
Here we're all here.
Adrian. Yeah, you. What are you wearing?
This
I guess it's a brand that might be called Lost.
lost sad.
What's your bracelet? That looks like really cool. What's your red bracelet? Graduation. My graduation. That's true.
I'm a guest. My name is Guest.
Hi, guest.
Thank you. That joke didn't deserve that, but thank you.
All right, what are you wearing? Yeah, that is from me. I don't know where it's from.
H&M.
Give them a curtsy. There we go. These used to be mine.
No,
Oh, they're new from Urban Outfitters.
they're from Urban Outfitters.
I also like your little gorilla on your purse.
Thank you.
All right, Caleb, what are you wearing?
This shirt and then these pants.
Those are cool. These are nice.
Yeah.
Wavy gang.
Yeah, Wavy Gang. Wavy Gang.
Proud mom of a graduate.
Yes.
I'm wearing the genetics of my mother,
Absolutely.
my father.
Over there.
Oh gosh.
Like yolk. What is
Where did it come from?
And then my outfit, actually, I don't even think you guys have seen my outfit. This skirt, I recently bought for myself. I usually thrift a lot of things and get stuff as hand-me-downs, but this I bought for myself. This is from Nicole's grandma. It's a turtleneck.
Cute.
And then these are my shoes, which help me be a lot
Beautiful.
taller.
I'm wearing the coolest shoes
I actually was gonna compliment those this morning.
My dad had matching
all pulled together. Wow.
Wow.
There is always
Nice boat.
right there. And then
I'm so inspired by you. That hasn't happened for the longest time.
Alors, ce que je préfère pour Trevi, okay. What I prefer about Trevi, her energy, her joy, and her
Thank
artistic
you.
mind. Yes,
And my English skills.
and
You like that about me too?
I prefer your French skills.
Like,
wow, this is such
my
a great
big
shot.
debut. Backlit moment.
Okay.
I'm very scared. That makes my hand look massive.
It's pretty delicious. No. Yeah, it's bitter, but it's good.
Tastes like microwaved soy sauce.
No, it doesn't.
When do you go back to France?
Okay, this is the kumquat tree, and you can just pop one in your mouth. You don't have to peel it. Yep, it's so sour.
You can put it in your mouth.
So there's I actually was not expecting that.
I told you it's really sour.
It is a jasmine.
2 a.m.
Yeah, because I remember them saying in one of the speeches being like, till 3 a.m.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I was like, wow, that would be therapeutic.
It really is. And like being here alone too, just singing or something.
Absolutely. Good morning. I
have my notebook. I have a book. Guys, when I was packing, I was like, oh, it's LA, it's so sunny, it's gonna be such nice weather. And it is, but it is a little bit colder than I expected. Instead of bringing like a hoodie and stuff, because I thought it was gonna take up too much room, I just brought this like thin Uniqlo sweater. I don't know if it's really suitable for a hike and enough to keep me warm every day. I've been wearing it every day. So it's kind of like barely just enough to keep me going. I'm about to venture out by myself, gonna walk around. I'm gonna try to make my way around the area. I kind of have no idea where I am, but let's go on this adventure together, see what I get up to here.
I am sitting in some random park. I was just thinking about how I've been noticing the different burdens that some of my family members take on. Right now, one side of my family is going through a great loss, and I think in times of grief, especially whenever you are physically actually taking the burdens on of your family's assets and signing paperwork for them that is really painful and difficult to sign, and taking on the burdens physically and lawfully of your loved ones. Some of us can tend to do it for a lot of people in our lives, like feeling very empathetic and strongly towards the grievances that maybe your friends have and that they talk to you about, or the pains and troubles that your loved ones are carrying, or maybe they're like emotionally confiding in you. It can be hard to love somebody so much and want to be there for them and help them like carry some of their burdens by listening to them and being there for them and doing all you can. But at the same time, we all have those grievances and things that we're going through. It's already hard enough to make peace with that within ourselves. Helping other people do it can be a lot too. So I feel like it's really hard to set certain boundaries with people, like if that's your best friend or if it's a family member that you're so close to. The burdens that you're taking on for other people at work, trying to help take things off of other people's loads, you know? It can be a lot. It can be a lot of weight to carry for doing that for yourself in life and others. Seeing it in a family member of mine recently, just taking on so much, taking on so many responsibilities. I was just thinking about how you really have to take care of yourself. My therapist one time told me that whatever your stress load or responsibility load or whatever your like physical action or workload looks like in your day-to-day life, whatever level that is on, you have to double the self-care. And I know self-care and all that, like take care of yourself, it gets so repetitive and we hear it all the time. It means different things for different people, like whatever makes you feel healthy, rejuvenated, good, whether that's getting rest or just like pampering yourself, watching your favorite show, taking a bath sometimes, making sure that you kind of like calm your mind down, whatever your form of meditation is, like just being sort of mindful and taking care of your mind and body if you're going to be taking on intense workloads or you have a hectic schedule. Sometimes it sucks because we pour so much of ourselves into the things that we have to do and the things that we have to carry that we feel like we don't have time to we don't feel like we actually have time to also add in some sort of schedule of self-care. But it's like, no, you're putting yourself through a painful cycle of carrying too much and not having any strength or foundation to allow you to carry that. Like, that is what needs to happen first. You need to be the healthiest state of your mind and body that you can, like trying to prioritize that in the smallest ways. Like I always try to talk about that, like it's in the tiniest actions, like the smallest things that you can do to just like make your life a little bit more peaceful for you. That's kind of ironic, but just like peaceful for you, you know. In the midst of the chaotic life that we live, we all struggle with different issues, different burdens, and the severity of them. It's necessary to prioritize your well-being to be able to take on any of that. You cannot expect yourself to do it if you're not okay and if you're not like that's just always the priority. And I feel like I know that I felt like, oh, I don't have time for that, and I have to rush to the next thing. I have to do this thing I have to carry. This is a responsibility of mine. I have to worry about this. I have to do that. But you can't do any of it if you don't feel like you even have like a steady footing in your own mental stability and health. And if you don't feel grounded in life, finding what grounds you and makes you feel healthy and safe and peaceful, and trying to prioritize that and implement that into your life somehow. I know it all looks different for all of us, and it's a learning journey. I'm trying to figure out how to do that so I can be a healthy individual as I move through this crazy life. I think it's just necessary to try to be gentle with ourselves and kind with ourselves. It's important. This is the only vessel that we have, and this is the only mind that we've been given to work with, and like it's special, you know, when you take care of it and give yourself that grace or that intention. You don't have the time for the other things. If you don't have time for that, that's the priority. It's the first step. It's the foundation to it all. That's what measures our capability for success, is how grounded are we? How much can we actually take on in a way that is sustainable and healthy? We don't want to crash. We don't want to take on so much that we can't even move, and we're paralyzed, we're stagnant, we're unhappy. We want to be in a place where we're strong, healthy, have a foundation, and feel grounded, and go from there. Anyway, that is some really deep shit to be talking about, and like I said, I don't know where I am. I'm just kind of exploring all the areas that are nearby where I'm staying, and it's been a nice morning. I kind of just walked around some neighborhoods, and I'm just taking it in, doing some writing. I was going to gonna do some reading, but that has not happened yet. I got a little bit of a schedule to be on, so I should probably be a bit more wary of the time and get things going, but I'm taking it slow, just getting my work done at a good pace. I'm gonna get everything done that I need to this week. It'll happen slowly. But yeah, thanks for listening, and wish me luck on my journey back to where I need to go. Sounds like the way to live. LA, Fast and Furious. Have you seen those movies?
Yeah, it's made over there.
Yeah, I
actually.
know. The first Fast and Furious movie was in LA. The second one, Too Fast, Too Furious, is actually one of my favorite movies, and that's the second one.
Yeah. So
That
we're
one
gonna
is in
be-
Miami, Florida. Have yet to visit Miami, but LA is the first Fast and Furious movie.
We're gonna be going through that bridge. I'd want to add that bridge later on.
Right.
Too.
I gotta get the sunglasses thing going like you do. See, now we're matching in the screen.
Yes. I'm so happy to have you here. I sometimes I have to pinch myself, like I think I'm dreaming, you know, because it was my dream to like have you with me.
I'm so happy that I get to visit and I get to see you and be here. Look at the mountains right there. Wow, that is really crazy.
Yeah, so on this side is Hollywood Hills.
Yeah.
It's like a continuation of Hollywood Hills.
Yeah.
That's where the sign is too, and Glendale is very close to this area.
Okay.
But this way is downtown, and we're
Right.
going to East LA.
Right. The Arts District. Heading to the Arts District. Haven't been there before, but let's see what the evening entails. Okay, so the poetry reading starts in 5 minutes. Haven't practiced this, have never read it to anybody. I'm reading it to my aunt here in the car before I go in here. Ready? I don't know what this piece is called. Who is she? The sweet ghost of everything I've ever wanted.
I breathe her in on a violet high, the white jasmine decorating the concrete tonight. The fireflies, deeming everything possible through their dazzle, their quiet delight. Your hands on me, it's a daydream, spring dew on the window I wake up next to, my body clenching to prepare for the winds getting bad. Gusts of guilt swirling over our homeland, ripping my reality from the seams, uprooting what I knew was possible and what could be. And yet the storm breaks, as it always does. The fortunes, the flashes, the fevers, the floods, and I'm back in your arms, crying like a baby, waiting for a wish to materialize and save me. I'm packing to go see the Pacific Ocean again, this time with all my own jewels on my neck. None tarnished with shame, fear, disrespect, pain, manipulation, or little evil businessmen. Looking back now, it's clear that she wasn't weak. There should be no death trap in being young and naive. As I walk around these suburban streets, the trees wane heavy with green, a soft glow quenching the evening. I'm trying to learn how to wear relief, to set down the weight that was handed to me, to untangle the vision, to find my peace. It gets to be a lot at once, but I look up and I see the leaves, illuminating the light from the fireflies. Green eyes are crystallizing, then cutting the diamonds of the danger produced from doubt. I took what you gave me and I chipped it down into a treasure that I worked for and wished to find. Learning that I could choose to find the right tools to sharpen my knives, redeem my life. There are people that believe in me, in you, and in I. I'm not destined to lose this fight. No one's darkness will touch me. It's not mine. Do you see how my light refracted before it refined? It's a privilege to witness after all this time. Just a little poem about self-growth, looking back on things, seeing where I struggled in the past because I didn't know better, and feeling proud of myself, trying to congratulate myself for my growth on my journey because a lot has happened the past few years. Anyway, we gotta go. Since we're on the go here.
What do you guys think?
Okay, thank you all very much. So, kind of, I think as a final thing,
I gave you all that love I got. I gave you more than I could give.
Your whirlwind of a night? No, that's too much.
am sitting, I believe, at Silver Lake. Like, I'm in Silver Lake and I'm sitting at the Silver Lake Park, and there are a lot of pretty flowers around. It is spring, isn't it? That's like one of my favorite things whenever I travel, is to see the different types of flora and fauna. A lot of the flowers and trees here are so beautiful, and some of the most beautiful I've ever seen. So feeling grateful to be in this environment during this beautiful time of year. I have never been to LA before, first time. Hey guys, hopped off the plane at LAX. It's really crazy. It really is a different feeling here. I think I totally understand the charm. I think there's so many beautiful areas. I'm just learning about it as I'm here only for a few days, just soaking it all in, seeing some beautiful parts here and there, all the different aspects. And it's interesting as a whole, as a city. It is very multifaceted here, and certain things are as I expected and certain things are not. I know that's kind of vague, but I'm still taking it all in. I have been walking everywhere I possibly can, and I've been writing a bit in my journal, just the things that I have been mulling over in my head, just some thoughts that I've been having, and I feel like I've been keeping them inside the last few days and not really getting them out there. It felt good to kind of release and take a walk, like just forcing myself to get out of the house and start the day. Yeah, I'm gonna read you what I wrote. I recently have started coming to this conclusion where we're always so scared of things that don't feel good, and certain fears of ours, insecurities that we have that just don't feel good. We don't want to look at that. Recently, I've started to try to not identify so much with my thoughts, like certain thoughts that I have that come by, if they're negative or just like certain thought loops or patterns that don't feel so good. I try to just watch them, sort of like clouds passing by. That sort of helps me stay present. Like, okay, these are thoughts that are happening right now, but it's not my life, and I don't need to follow them down and become so involved with them and make it this intense thing. I can sort of just watch them pass by, accept them for what they are, and move forward. So I've been trying to do that, and in that detachment from my thoughts and being able to observe them for what they really are, I've been realizing that it's easier to look at my fears and not feel so identified with them and so scared and wrapped up. It's easy to sort of look at them as things passing by and looking at them for what they are. They're not me. This is just a fear. It's a thought. It's a product of something, some sort of trauma, some sort of thing that I've been going through in my life. Like, what is this? And it's been easier to kind of look them in the eye, like look my demons in the eye, I guess you could say. Yeah, like look those fears in the eye for what they really are. I've been getting better at it, and it's like a painful thing to keep trying to reintroduce that instead of becoming absorbed with certain thoughts and beliefs, because that sometimes feels easier, but in the long run, like it pays off to sort of continue to try to ground myself in the present moment and not become so wrapped up in all the thoughts and craziness, right? I guess I was kind of writing about that, and I wanted to read to you some of the things that I wrote. Not everything. We got to keep some things private here, guys. But I've been like a really insecure person my whole life, and I think I've talked about that a lot, and I really tried to like reconstruct that for the better and to truly become whatever a confident person really means. Like in my eyes, it means somebody who feels like good about themselves and therefore feels like healthy and peaceful and happy with themselves in the world and can love others the same. And I think that's what I'm always striving to be. And sometimes not like a specific person in my life, but it's just sort of a behavior that I think I see. Obviously, I've seen it in myself in the past. It's something I've tried to work through. I see it in others in my life, like family members or friends, or just flashes of it in whatever. Like I just recognize this feeling of people sort of taking out their insecurities on you. Like I think a lot of the time we carry our insecurities so closely in our heart, they feel like burdens, and we put that onto other people. Like we project a lot onto other people. Like I find myself doing it, I watch others do it, and I've just been thinking about that a lot recently, and how that's a fear of mine, to be treated that way or to treat other people that way. And instead of becoming wrapped up in that fear, I've sort of just looked at that and I'm like, okay, why am I scared of that? Like, what does it mean to be taking my insecurities out on somebody? What do I do when somebody is doing that to me? And I've just been sort of thinking about that. And so I said, the genuine admiration and compassion from certain people lives behind a foggy, opaque shield of dissonance and insecurity. I have attempted to shatter my shield in increments over the years, a fresh, naked veil of clarity around me, allowing me to see the world a little too clearly. So, like, what I mean by that is the genuine admiration that I think we all feel for everybody. Like, behind any sort of sense of jealousy or comparison we feel, I think we really do admire others. Do you get what I mean? Like, people who, they can be like jealous and mean, but at the same time they just sort of don't want your head to get too big. Like, people who just sort of try to keep you down. And I don't know, like, I think there's a lot of unhealthy family patterns that are like that, and there's also, like, you know, certain toxic friends that can be like that. We're in relationships, some people, there can be that power dynamic. Now that I've been trying to work through that, and I've been trying to be more compassionate for myself, and therefore that makes me literally just feel that way about other people, I think through that I've started to see how capable other people are of doing the same for me as well, like reciprocating that. I made a video on my channel talking about jealousy and confidence. Like, these things all kind of just go together, I feel like, and I was just talking about how there are myths, symbols, curses, and folktales all around the world, all in different cultures, evil eye, this, that, whatever, like these things that articulate and materialize this shield that I'm talking about, like this boundary that people put up between their genuine, like, love and compassion, this sort of cold exterior that they meet you with. These things can be recognized as envy, which results in malice and sneaky forms of cruelty. Those are just the consequences and manifestations of attempting to steer around an insecurity. So, like, when people try to avoid their insecurities and just kind of like take them out on other people, instead of going in and healing that and having that love and compassion within and healing those things, kind of taking out that frustration and anger, whatever damage on other people, it's just the result of attempting to avoid our insecurities instead of actually heal them. I said an attempt to lift your ego higher as you put all of your weight on top of someone else's head, trampling up the hill of someone else's jewels, tarnishing them knowingly as you prove that you can reach the precipice of their pain points, making your attempts to press it. So, like, I guess what I was trying to say is, like, I think a lot of the times I've seen, like, with people who are insecure within themselves and take it out on others, they try and find your pain point and really, like, press it, you know, like, they try to find out what you are insecure about so that they can make you feel insecure in the same way that they do. And that cycle doesn't end until we find it within ourselves to heal what we're so afraid of and what our insecurities are. Yeah, like, that's just what I'm questioning recently, is like, what are we so afraid of? Like, why are we so insecure about this thing? Like, what is so scary? What are we so upset about? You know what I mean? That's kind of just what I've been writing about, what I've been thinking about. I said there's no specific individual I'm necessarily discussing in this thing. Like, there's not some specific person who did me so wrong. Like, that's not what I'm talking about. It's just a behavior that I've noticed within myself, people around me in different instances. So there's not a specific individual I'm discussing. It's the shield, the conscious gap between genuine joy, ease, adoration, collective satisfaction versus comparison, avoidance, fear, malintent, and weakness. That's kind of just like the two parallels that I've been thinking about, the two sides of it. That is what I'm kind of contemplating recently, what I'm trying to overcome, and what I've been thinking about. I'm just sitting here by the Silver Lake. Why is it called Silver Lake? I'll have to look that up. And see, I'm learning things about LA. Ate some good food earlier. Been moving my body. Definitely feel like I'm embracing some healthier habits while I'm here. I think, like, traveling in general just does that to me, because I feel like I need to get out more and move my body and do things, and just being in nature and walking and things like that just improve your quality of life a little bit. And it's something I feel more inclined to do when I'm not at home, and it's something I need to embrace doing more when I'm at home. Yeah, thanks for joining me here in this beautiful park on this beautiful spring day. May, what is today? May 8th. Wow, the month is already flying by. We're going to be halfway through May pretty soon. Probably by the time you see this, we could be in June. I'm not sure. Maybe not. Probably the end of May. Also, I don't know who needs to hear this. It's very short. The reason I wanted to read this is because it applies to so much more than just writing. So whatever it is that comes to your mind, if this resonates with you, I don't know, I'm just feeling the need to share it. He says, "There's only one thing you should do. Go into yourself. Find out the reason that commands you to write. See whether it has spread into the roots of the very depths of your heart. Confess to yourself whether you would have to die if you were forbidden to write. This, most of all, ask yourself in the most silent hour of your night, must I write? Dig into yourself for a deep answer. And if this rings out in assent, if you meet the solemn question with a strong, simple I must, then this was the part that I highlighted that I thought was really special. Build your life in accordance with this necessity. Your whole life, even into its humblest and most indifferent hour, must become a sign and witness to this impulse. Like, if you feel like there's something that you were meant to be doing in this life or an expression of yourself, build your whole life in accordance with that necessity. Even into its humblest and most indifferent hour, it must become that humblest and most indifferent hour, your whole life, all of it, must become a sign and witness to this impulse, the impulse and knowing that you have about what it is that you want to do. I just thought that was beautiful. So if you needed to hear it, then there we go.